What's going on, Twitch chat and YouTube? We are here. We are live for the first vintage challenge with the Modern Horizons 2 cards legal. There's some sweet, powerful ones. I haven't acquired some of the more expensive ones yet. Grief is running you $60 right now. Ragavan's over 100. So there's a lot of very expensive cards in Modern Horizons 2, which I have not acquired yet. So the ones I have acquired are Thought Monitors, General, Ferocious, whatever, this General, the Academy Manufacturer, and I made sure I picked up 4 Urza Saga, even though those are starting to rise up in price. This card is busted. So good. It's going to change some other formats. I know that Slasher's already in the top 8 with Affinity. With 4 of these in the Legacy Challenge, so this card is sicko. So yeah, I have some brews already put together, an Academy Manufacturer deck, some Rokarik decks, and as well as a couple KCI decks. KCI got a big old upgrade with Thought Monitor. This card is very easy to cast and allows you to pick up any of your other artifacts because of its high mana cost with Scrap Trawler triggers. It helps you not fizzle out. It's just really powerful, and it helps make the deck more resilient while comboing, and also better against things like counter spells because you're playing a Muldrifter in your deck for 1 mana. Yeah, the 2/2 body is a 2/2 flyer. It's very strong. It's way better than Thoughtcast, which can be Flusterstormed and all kinds of other things. This card can be cast off of Mishra's Workshop plus a blue. It's very good. My initial list that I 5-0'd had 4 Sea the Cyanod. I was thinking about playing blue sideboard cards, so I was thinking about putting more islands in. Instead, what I did is I cut 2 Sea the Cyanod and playing 2 Urza Saga. Urza Saga is really sweet. It allows you to play like a beatdown plan B with very large constructs, and its search is obviously very powerful. This card has won me multiple games already, so very excited for it. I'm not sure exactly how many blue sources I'm allowed to cut while playing for Thought Monitor and the powerful blue cards, but I wanted the deck to be mostly colorless and then splashing just for the blue powerful cards as well as the Thought Monitors. So you see the sideboard has like no cards that cost actual blue mana. It's all artifacts, dismembers, and traps. So it's basically a full colorless sideboard. You got Dredge Hate, and then you have 4 ways to kill Collector Oof. As well as a Blightsteel for the Blightsteel matchups, a Lattice for your Karn board, and some Archive traps to give you like just a fighting shot versus Doomsday, which you probably have little to no chance of beating normally. Because Doomsday is Doomsday, and if you're not prepared for Doomsday, it will run you over. This deck pretty good at grinding. It definitely suffers when your opponent plays Collector Roof, Stony Silence, or even Leyline of the Void, though you can actually facilitate a pretty reasonable beatdown plan with just Scrap Trawler, Ravager, and Saga, and Thought Monitor. So you have like a decent aggro plan B if your opponent decides to like go all in on stopping you from comboing, so it doesn't end up being too bad. Overall, since the release of Thought Monitor, I'm 9-1 in Vintage Leagues, which means this will be a nice quick O2 drop, and we'll move through there. The problem isn't really blue sources, Dan. It's blue sources when you get one of the big problems is like blue sources when you get constrained on mana, whether it's Wasteland or Collector Roof or something, and you start drawing blanks, and it's a pretty big problem. So overall, though, I really like it. The other list that I had was playing Sai, Master Thopterus, which was actually very good. But the problem with Sai is it wanted me to play like 4 seat or like 3 islands and 2 seat, and I was just unhappy with the fact that I had to stretch my blue mana so far, and I wanted to fit in a couple cards like Lodestone and Sensei's Top, which I was allowed to do by cutting Sai. So there's definitely another version of this that has Sai in the main. I think Sai has been pretty good in this deck, but for today, we're gonna play this version with the Saga and some more artifacts. So we've got our round 1 opponent ready to go. Let's get into this. This is round 1 versus Senpai. And Senpai has told me that they are on Rug today. We played at Senpai actually multiple times in leagues. And it went pretty well for the KCI side of the Rug matchup. So let's see what we can do. They obviously have things like Vigor and Ancient Grudge and Oko and Dak. But we are a little bit more powerful, I would say. I mean, this is definitely a keep. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to sequence this. And I think the way I want to sequence this is just lead Scrap Trawler and then Star Sapphire. I like being able to attack on this next turn. And, I mean, this is a great start. Obviously, we're a little action light, but we have loops started if this card clan resolves. I mean, it's not something to overlook. Mart, like, we do in fact turn on Pyroblast. This is a true statement, but Pyroblast is also kind of at a low point recently. So, is this a lightning bolt on my scrap trawler? That's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, that's definitely unfortunate. I mean, if this gets forced, we definitely need to start drawing some thought monitors. Got negated. That's even worse than getting forced. In this case, I do think that there's a pretty reasonable reason to be cycling this chromatic star. We just need to find some action, and we can still play like a 3-drop. So, all right, we didn't find anything. So we're sitting here on basically nothing. But the good news is we have tons of mana. So if we were to draw Thought Monitor, we should be able to continue on. But yeah, opponent has had 2 answers, so it definitely makes things challenging. Opponent is also on 1 card left in hand. Let's see what it is. It's a Jace the Mind Sculptor. Well, that's not something I super expected, but certainly a powerful one. So what do we need to draw here? Multiple Thought Monitors. Mystic Forge is quite good. A lot of good cards to draw. Obviously, Land and Moxen are not one of them. So yeah, I guess we lose. So far we've drawn no spells. We've only drawn mana sources. Not much to say there. Yep. It's definitely a good one. Jace Ren and 6 combination to fetch Brainstorm away. This is kind of a sad game to be losing, because I do think that, I mean, I guess they had a 1-for-1 answer on our Trawler, but typically in these kind of matches, I've kind of overwhelmed my opponent with card advantage. But in this game, we are most certainly going to be the one overwhelmed with card advantage, unless for some reason we draw Thought Monitor and it resolves. Saga. Well, that's not nothing. But it's also not something. The nice part about this saga is it will make 2 5/5s-ish, and it will tutor for a top, which will help us find thought monitors. But I think it might just be like a turn or two too late. If my opponent finds a wasteland, obviously there's a problem there, and they've been brainstorming and fetching for a couple turns now. So unfortunately, I do actually think it's a pretty reasonable draw, but my opponent has just had a Jace the Mind Sculptor for too many turns. Yeah, I think if we had drawn Saga the very first turn where they played Jace and we were on top decks, I think it would be pretty good, as we could just like end of turn or construct. They can't actually bounce it with the Jace, kill the Jace, and we would probably be winning. But we just drew badly, so I guess we'll see. Yikes, yeah. Now they can protect their planeswalkers. So we really don't have a very strong aggro plan anymore, and all we really need to do is like combo off. Jesus. And to do that, we would need to draw like multiple thought monitors and have them resolve, and it just doesn't seem like that's very likely to be happening. Like I said, I mean, we just haven't drawn spells, right? I do think, like, especially in game 1, that we're pretty favored in this kind of matchup, where my opponent's trying to play a fair game and we're just kind of gaining value from things like Trawler. But there's a lot of Planeswalkers currently in play on the other side of the table, so definitely changes things. Gaak, yeah. Yup. Yep. Agree. I think Thought Monitor actually fills a lot of the holes in the actual chain that I really, really like. It lets you do a lot of really powerful things. All right, so they successfully played around Saga making a creature by leaving back a blocker. I did kill them in a league with the surprise construct, so we can actually wait till we draw a card here. We drew another Mana Source. Fantastic. We can actually make another construct, which is really nice. And then we get to tutor, and we're going to tutor for a top. A top should let us look deep, see if we can find something and try to resolve it. Interesting. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Unfortunately, I just don't think this is going to resolve, but... I would need like 5 spines. And technically I can play multiple spines if I had a Ravager or Jesus, 2 main deck negation? That's quite brutal. I don't even know what's worth attacking here. Unfortunately, I am down. It's not a lethal attack, so I guess I should just attack one of these walkers. I mean, overall, this worked out really well. Like, the Saga is insane. It made 2 6/6s, but it just doesn't matter because we're just so far behind. Let's just go to the next game here. Yeah, I actually think that if we had drawn Saga off the top for the very first turn, we probably win that game. But it was not to be. I actually think losing that game is kind of unlucky. I don't think they have any. Oh, they do have a rug list. So 2 Ren, 2 Dak, a Nart. It's a different rug list then, because it doesn't have 2 negation and a Jace. So I don't have a up-to-date rug list. I just think we're gonna get Shattering Spreed, maybe Nature's Claimed, maybe Surgically Extracted. They're not on Collector Roof, at least the last time I saw them. Could bring in like a Needle so we can have Tutor for. And how does this list do against Leyline? Poorly, but at least it can aggro plan B, which is nice. We'll just do that, and then that'll be fine. I mean, there have definitely been Xeroxy lists that have played 2 negation recently, but it is obviously not something we want to see. Yo, 22 nuts, not me. Appreciate that. Yeah, this list is a little all in. It doesn't fare super well against interaction. And by interaction, I mean mostly like hardcore interaction, like Stony Silence, Collector Oof, and Leyline. Against the more like reasonable interaction, just like counter spells, I actually think you grind pretty well. Urza Saga is insane in all the formats it's legal in. You should buy your Urza Saga now. Multiple Urza Saga top 8 of the Legacy Challenge this morning. I think it's quite good in Modern. I think it's just very, very, very good. Lands shouldn't be able to make constructs, but it is how it is. This hand is obviously a little action light, but it's pretty hard to counter a Karn. You need one of your 4 Force of Wills or 2 Force of Negations. And I'm pretty in on this life here. Yeah, looks really good. This is fine. I don't... Oh, wow, it just resolved. Okay. So we'll definitely be able to cast Lattice next turn. So this turn, I think I might just grab a Defense Grid. No, then I can get bolted. Let's just draw a card first. I don't want my Karn to get bolted, so I think I'm just going to plus it on nothing, and then next turn we'll just try to jam a Lattice. Vintage can be a very fast format, but it can also be a very slow format, so it really depends on the matchup. A cool thing here is if we were to get Collector Oofed, we could actually get a Skyship and cast it as well. Not that I think my opponent has Collector Oof, but I guess I theoretically could get a Defense Grid right now and then go for the next turn. But I don't think that's worth it. I would rather just see if I can win the game right now. I don't think leading with draw 2 is better than leading with Lattice. But could be. I mean, we are very, 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 very big right now. Okay. We could even get a Blightsteel next turn if we wanted to. I don't think we would want to against the Dak Vaden deck, but... Alright, so here there is a Collector Roof, but as I said, we have that matched, which is not a big problem. Jeez. I think it's better to just get a Sky Sovereign than any of the other plays. I think we have the ability to go off with this Thought Monitor. Alright, that's for the Twitter. And this is the exact reason why I keep Karn in the deck. Because Karn is something that I always consider cutting. It's kind of a meta-dependent card. But it's just kind of hard to interact with. And it does, like, the most powerful thing where it's a 1-mana combo winning the game, you know? We have so much mana in this deck that it's incredible. Yeah. Karn just wins games. That's how it'd be. It do be like that. This hand's great. This hand is super grindy. Oh, I definitely should have boarded in Dismembered now that I've seen Collector Roof. I kind of just forgot. Exclamation mark F6 in chat. Yeah, I probably should have boarded in the Dismembers. I don't know how many Collector Roofs they're playing, maybe 1 or 2, but that was pretty bad of me. I just didn't board in Answers. Now all I have is a Karn. Good God. I'm so bad. I just, like, didn't reevaluate post board. I was like, oh, why would I? We just use our mana the most efficiently this turn. Oh, if they play Collector Roof here, we are going to be very sad. But at least we can kind of grind through it. Yep, they have a... Oh, no, they have Time Walk. Are we going to get our Scrap Trawler, like, Dak Vaden? I feel like they have 1 Dak Vaden or 2 Dak Vadens in there. Now they have Collector... Oh, they have Ancient Grudge. Okay, that's pretty good. And a Wasteland. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's really good. Maybe I shouldn't have led with Scrap Trawler. Kind of hard to say. This thing is just going to end up getting me more mana in the future, so I might as well deploy it now. Yeah, losing our Mishra's Workshop there is quite bad for us. Maybe I should have just led with Ichor Wellspring. I just felt like using 3 mana was more appropriate. Shit, they have Dak too. So they have Dak and Grudge and Wasteland. It's a good start. It's certainly a good start. Pitching an Oko, that can't be good for me. I can, if I do this, they could steal the Wellspring and then grudge it to draw a card, but like I said, I don't know if I really care about that. We kind of just need to hit like actual mana. My land is enchantment, so don't know how they can steal my seat, sure, but like what I said, I can't do anything about this, chat. I don't have a lot of Moxen, so I don't have a lot of agency in like making my plays. Maybe that's a good reason to not play Scrap Trawler on turn 1 and instead play an Ichor Wellspring and try to draw into Moxen. But it's a powerful hand, but it wasn't like a crazy powerful hand because I didn't have a lot of Moxen. I think we're just like super far behind in this game and very likely to lose, but again, what's a non-blue player to do? Pitching Jason Tarmogoyf. Uh-oh. Must mean a Collector Roof, right? Collector Roof is so good on this board because my Saga is going to turn into an artifact and my seat is an artifact. Oh, my Saga is getting strip mined. Yeah, stop. It's too much. Yeah, we just were never beating this hand with the way we were. I mean, maybe if we had led Wellspring, I don't know. We obviously drew both seats against Collector Roof. It's just kind of a nightmare. Obviously, I didn't board in the right way to beat Collector Roof, but I don't think like having a Dismember in my deck is going to matter when I'm like this far behind. So whatever, it doesn't matter. This seems like kind of a nightmare. Yeah, I like cut 2 seats from my deck, and I still like drew them both and got Collector Roofed. So, I mean, I just think that like leading on a 2-drop when you have a 3-drop and you're using your mana like just so incredibly badly that I think it's bad. Like I don't know, maybe like sure I could have led Ichor Wellspring and then maybe I wouldn't get grudged, but then they also could have just like played any other spell instead of grudge. Like it doesn't really help me. It's not much I can do here. Whatever. Like really sad. Why aren't I allowed to have fun? Welcome to round 2 of the Vintage Challenge. Hopefully our opponent won't be as much of an artifact hater as our last one. We got Rodney here. Let's see. Ooh, it's a spicy hand. It's a spicy hand for sure. Definitely a keeper. I'm thinking we just deploy the trawlers. Deploy the fleet, as it were. We can sack this star next turn and get back a Lotus, which is spicy. Oh, no. Not like that. Grief? No, my Thought Monitor! I guess we're just lucky we didn't get Force of Vigor. Though I guess that would bring each other back, right? Or would it not? I feel like it would just bring them both back. Okay, so it is Hogak. We are going to lose our Thought Monitor, unfortunately. Grief is a powerful card. We got a hollow one as well. We got 2 hollow ones. So they have 3 hollow ones. All right, so we've got some Scrap Trawlers, and we paid mana for those like fools. Like absolute fools. Well, they just get a bunch of free hollow ones. Brutal, yes. No, come on! Pay mana for spells. Jeez. All right, I guess we just lose. Whatever. I don't know, chat. What's a guy supposed to do? I think I'm just gonna take 12 this turn, and hopefully we draw a KCI. I think we do win if we draw a KCI, to be fair. Oh man, this grief was so good. Stopping Thought Monitor is just wild. Okay, all right. Just draw KCI and we probably win this game. I think we have a pretty good chance of winning this game if we draw KCI. I really do. Imagine spending mana for spells. All right, that's not a terrible draw. It's a rebuy. Get back this Black Lotus. All right, we lost. Fantastic. I guess I can technically lose both my scrap trawlers or something. I don't know. So sad, dude. So sad. I can never top deck the thing I actually need. I guess we could still win with like a Mystic Forge. Would be pretty good. Oh, I guess I go to 1 because they have a pay for a Root Walla. Damn. This is kind of what I was worried about when I saw Grief get spoiled. Star. Okay, so they don't get each other back, huh? So maybe Force of Vigor would be insane. Oh, because it's less than. Yeah. So they wouldn't get each other back. I do get 2 stars off of this block, though, which is kind of nice. Yeah, so the thing I said before was totally wrong. Oh, all right. Chat. It's our time, chat. Let's go. Someone get the yakety sax going. Oh, we so win this game. Oh, we so win this game. Let's go. Oh, we just were doing it. Oh, yeah, this game is over. This game is over. Oh, no, I just did it the wrong way. I'm supposed to cast this and then use this. Whoops. As long as I keep enough mana for a time walk here. I do need to find... I just want a time walk, but I'm not ready to do that yet. I guess I can start by just sacking one of these stars. All right. I just want to go to my next turn first, I think. I just want to start a fresh turn first. And then we're just going to try to 8T them with a Thought Monitor. All right, so we still have nothing to do with recursion. Does it make sense to tap Academy before I eat things? Probably. We do need to draw cards, and we're only going to draw twice here. So that could be problem, or 3 times. I guess we're going to draw 3 times. I think I want to start by doing... I think I have enough mana, so I can just get counters. Okay. I mean, I only have 2 more draws. We could totally lose this game. All right, now we definitely can't lose this game. Maybe we can. What does this do for us here? Maybe we can. Maybe this doesn't actually do anything. Do I have anything exiled? No. Maybe this isn't actually good. I'm just gonna lose on board to an attack. I need a scrap trawler, but they're all in my graveyard. I can't. I actually fucked this game up. So if I had done some sacking last turn, I could have used last turn to get a Tormod's Crypt to Tormod's Crypt my graveyard, and then I could got a scrap trawler back. So maybe I misplayed by drawing a card and going to my next turn. That was kind of bad, huh? I don't know if... It's kind of hard to say. Let's draw another card first. Yeah, I'm actually fizzled. I fizzled here. So let's see if I can maybe eke out 15 here. If I think the only way I can eke out... So none of these cards draw me extra cards. So the only thing that does anything is a Lattice. Obviously, Lattice doesn't stop them from killing me, but what if I sack everything to Lattice, I guess? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Should be just enough. So I guess that's the plan. I think I still made, I think I do think I made a misplay though, and not, and maybe not going for things last turn. They have no cards in hand, so I can just do that. This is why Ravager... Oh, this is why Ravager's in the deck. Oh my god. Wow. 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 What the heck was that? I still want to know if we like maybe we made a mistake in how we sequence the turns. I feel like I thought like time walking, resetting all my mana and drawing a card would make sense. I don't know. I wonder if we played that like wrong. Not sure. All right, so Needles, Crypts, Blightsteel, and I don't know, Sky Sovereign and Defense Grid. I don't know. We have a lot of cards we can possibly bring in here. Definitely don't want those two or Karn. Lodestone. I actually don't know if I really want Defense Grid. It's just like Vigor, and I just don't know if I care. Someone should clip that because I want it to go on Twitter. Someone should definitely clip that. Is Spine terrible? I don't think Spine's terrible. It's pretty easy to do the Spine thing and like get rid of all their permanents. I don't think I would cut Spine here. I don't know. Like, if I can just play Spine on turn 2, killing a Bazaar, is that good enough? It might be. I think there's it. So the only reason I'm thinking about Sky Sovereign is in case they play Collector Oof. It's the only thing. Yeah, I'm on the draw though, so I'm kind of off it. I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know. It just seems not good on the... Like, what is it going to do? My opponent's going to go turn 1, play all their spells, play 3 Hollow Ones, and then I have a dead Trinisphere in my deck. Not really sure. I don't really like interacting with my opponent. I would rather just race. Typically. Alright, I'm just going to trim a bunch of shit. Let's try this. I don't know. What do we got? Of course, I drew my Blightsteel. I'm not going to mulligan this hand. Oh god, they have ley lines. All right, fair. No, I actually think Blightsteel's pretty fine against Hollow Vine. It's not that bad. Yeah, I mean, I considered defense grid, but all right. So we're on the aggro plan. I mean, Mystic Forge should help us too. Oh, never mind. Man, Grief is Jesus Christ. Grief is just so much, man. Get this card out of here. I assume they just take Mystic Forge. Yeah. We have to play a value game. Unfortunately, like half of our things are turned off, so it's really going to be challenging. Maybe we'll just hardcast the Blightsteel in this game. I mean, if my opponent's on like the Leyline Deathrite plan, we can totally beat that. Collector Roof? All right, chat. I don't know. Who told me don't bring in the boat? Who told me not to bring in the boat? God damn it. The boat is broken. Boat is the best card in our entire deck. All right, it's okay. If we just draw all 4 Mishra's Workshops, we can cast this Blightsteel. Yeah, what's up, Van? How you doing? It's okay. They can't attack into my 3/2, so perfect. Look at how good a boat would be here. Man. I'm bringing the boat in. No one can stop me. Did they just vigor me? God damn it. So sad. Chalice on 0. You got it. Rebuy. Is this Deathrite Shaman or is it Bazaar of Baghdad? Probably just Bazaar of Baghdad. Thought Monitor is uncastable, but if it was castable, it could block as well. Fantastic. Just as I drew it up. Actually, if we draw the island and an Ancient Tomb, we can tinker into a spine. Jeez. All right, that's a 1/1. That doesn't have modular because of Leyline. Just draw Academy. Have you been to this stream before? When have we ever top deck what we needed? All right, so I was saying, yes, I see, yes. In fact, Come back, Rodney. Come back. I don't know if he. I'm very confused. Nah, Rodney would never snipe. I don't know what. Oh, they know my hand is Blightsteel because of Grief. They know my hand is Blightsteel because of Grief, and they can't actually beat me just casting Blightsteel. I don't think I'm casting Blightsteel here. I think I'm actually tinkering for a spine on the Collector Oof, which puts me to 5 mana, 6 mana. Yeah, and I can still play Blightsteel after. So that is too funny. Okay, so maybe slightly whitelisted streamer. Maybe KCI best deck in the format. Yep. So here we are in round 3 against Echo Baron, probably Unbreach. It's basically what Andres has been trying recently. I think this hand's acceptable. Yeah, obviously has some issues here, but I think it's okay. I don't think I would want Sculpting Steel. Metamorph is definitely a consideration that I initially didn't have because of was trying to make things that didn't get hit by Pyroblast, but it's definitely a little bit better now. Now that Pyroblast is on low and we have more blue spells. So yeah, maybe we could play some Metamorphs. I haven't thought about that in a while. If you do deck today or something, whatever's in my title canister, Cardboard Live is not updated yet, so I think it's deck today. Oh wow, they're on Urza Saga. Okay, so I wonder what Andreas is up to today. I wonder if it's a blue Urza Saga deck. That'd be pretty cool. I play around like Mindbreak Trap by playing this now. I kind of think I should play around. I guess they can't. See what Andreas had. Okay, so it is a blue Urza Saga deck with Flusterstorm. So maybe it is Urza still. Yeah, maybe. Definitely possible. Got another one. Another one. Currently, we don't really do anything, but we do have some extra draws to look at here. I'm definitely going to at least cycle this star. I want to see a Scrap Trawler. That should let us do things. I don't think I'm willing to sacrifice this Wellspring right now. I'm just going to go to the next turn. All right, so your Saga now can make constructs. Did I start recording? Beautiful. Good job, Justin. Okay, interesting, interesting. We just need some action. Thought Monitor would be fantastic here. Tinker also probably good here. Let's tinker off our Wellspring, shall we? Should we just get Statue? Maybe we should just get Spine. Spine might be fine. Spine we can cast how many times? A couple? Doesn't get us anywhere, though. I guess a Statue's not really going to get us anywhere against Constructs either. So maybe it's just Spining the Saga and Spining the Construct. Mystic Forge is actually a really good suggestion. That's definitely a one, though, we could just go off and win. I actually don't hate that idea either. Yeah, actually, I'm kind of in on Mystic Forge. I think Mystic Forge gives us the opportunity to win on this turn. The best opportunity to win on this turn. I guess we can brick pretty hard, but I think that's fine. Never mind. Who bricks? Not I. All right, I need to tap this Academy, so let me get my other things in play. That's fine. Yes. Thought Monitor strikes. This card is a sweet one. I like that card. So we would have drawn through that. Yeah, this is definitely going to win us the game. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that card, yeah, we were gonna win the game. All right, okay, so probably Urza standstill. Do we actually want to make any changes in regards to that? Like, maybe we want defense grids? I don't know exactly what they're doing. I mean, I don't really care about most things. I think maybe just Urza. Maybe just defense grid. I don't even know if I want defense grid. It really depends on how much counter spells they're playing. Like, probably playing a lot if they're playing a standstill deck, I would think. Maybe we can just trim. I don't think they would play like a Null Rod. Maybe we could do it like that. Okay, I'm in. Seems fine. All right, let's try again. Yeah, this looks fine. Let's try that. Standstill. Our hand is fairly bad against turn 1 standstill, I will say that much. All right, maybe our hand's just fairly bad. I think I'm gonna crack a star here. Hitting a land drop is pretty important. All right. Not great, but we drew twice, didn't hit one. Nice, Thoughtcast, sweet. Maybe they're just on some kind of affinity deck. All right, we hit his workshop. All right, what is our plan? What is our plan? What is the plan? I think we're just still supposed to lead. Maybe we'll lead Wellspring. I have 6 mana. I have 3 artifacts. I can technically play my divination if I play Wellspring first. I think if I play Ironworks, it probably just gets forced. We currently cannot play Karn unless we play our Ironworks and sack things, because you can't use Mishra's Workshop to play Karn. So I have choices here. I can either play Thought Monitor or I can play Ironworks. If I play Ironworks, I can sack both of these, draw 2 cards, and play Karn, assuming Ironworks resolves. And I think that's a high enough upside, to be honest, to just jam here. Hitting both of their Moxen with Karn is pretty strong. Wow, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm down. Let's do it. I love this deck so much. Haha, they have Mindbreak Trap. Sure. Sure. All right, I think we'll just go next turn. Yeah, I wasn't going to play around Mindbreak Trap there. I literally never do. I definitely wanted a defense grid, but... another Thoughtcast. Pretty strong. Yeah, I don't hate the way we sequenced that turn. It didn't work out, but I think that's okay. Maybe they're just on Pio. In which case, I definitely don't want defense grid. It looks like it could just be Pio, like Thoughtcast Pio, maybe? Karn is probably the best card in this matchup, then. E. Wow, okay. So let's try to go off somehow here. Start with a scrap trawler, get a thought monitor in play, draw back all of our cards, I think is the way we do that. I guess we could actually use our Ravager to get a star too if we want. This getting force would be problematic though. Wow, they have force? They're gonna untap. No, they have to. They can't. They don't have the mana to hardcast force. They have to pitch. The key will not give them enough mana. Oh. All right. I guess they assume. I mean, I have 5 cards in hand, but this is probably winning from almost any spot as long as I have a card in my hand. But yeah, I would probably let me play it out a little bit, but so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 artifacts. Probably play Ravager, 5 artifacts. Play a Thought Monitor. I mean, we're definitely going to win the game if we cast Ravager and Thought Monitor, so I don't think it really matters. And then we like, start looping this Spine as well. I guess maybe we don't even need to play Thought Monitor. We just loop Spine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like this is locked with this resolving, but so they had a force in their hand, but they didn't have a blue card. Interesting. I wonder what they're actually playing though, because it looks like it's probably not standstill, but maybe it's standstill. Who knows? All right. I mean, our deck is super powerful, and we have put ourselves in the position to win. So let's keep it up. Okay, chat. We're here. We're still continuing our KCI streak. We are. I don't know what we 2-1. 3-1, 2-1, 2-1 versus a WEP. We need to win our next 3. Let's see what we got. Yep, I keep. All right, so this one is Soul Ring, top, Opal, Ancestral. Move on from there. Looks like we're playing PO. I'm not playing around anything here. I just want to jam my cards and get them in play. I think it's fine to just So I have 2 options. I can lose my Opal and play a Trawler now to better use my mana. I can play a Ravager, eat my Opal, play an Opal, and then spin at end of turn. I think that's my best line. Ravager, eat an Opal, play an Opal, and spin at the end of turn. All right, let's see what my opponent's playing. So currently we have no Wellspring and no Star, but we do have Top, which interacts pretty well. Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. Are we depthing or are we... Ooh, okay. Okay, I sure hope we're not Leyline of the Voiding. That would be bad for me. Or Dothy, whatever Dothy thing is called. Looks like we are a Leyline of the Voiding, though. Is the Helm? What the fuck is this shit? Okay, all right. Oh Jesus. Okay. Yeah. All right. So this Ravager needs to be able to kill a Karn at 6. So you just eat the whole board. All right. Sure. Oh, Karn the Greek Creator. Hell of a magic card. It's really good that we played Arcbound Ravager instead of Scrap Trawler on turn 1, though. Watch us just get Fatal Pushed or something. Good God. Just concede. Send them home. I assume this gets something that they want, and then it dies. I don't know what they're gonna get. Maybe an Ensnaring Bridge. Sure. We can beat that later. Not worried. Let's get this Karn off the board. We know we have a Ruby coming up, which doesn't really help us, but at least we have 9 power, so got that going for us, which is nice. It's unfortunate that I couldn't leave behind like the top or something, but oh no. Oh, watch us just get 20-20'd anyways. If they play the Ensnaring Bridge, though, it's really hard for them to beat me with a 20-20, which is nice. I'd be really happy, I think, if they played the Ensnaring Bridge, because I've got nothing going for me right now. Please play Ensnaring Bridge. Yeah, I don't care about that. All right, so they're gonna take a big old hit here. I definitely want to use my mana and get this in play. I think we want to just eat this ruby because it'll give us a lethal attack that they have to Ensnaring Bridge. All right, looking okay now. Because if they play an Ensnaring Bridge and no other cards, then we can attack with Scrap Trawler, sack our Ravager, and deal 10. So they have to play 2 cards. They have to play Ensnaring Bridge and another card, which they could do. No, they can't do that because they have a Trinisphere in play. Too funny. So is this probably combo shops? With an Ancient Tomb, it's probably combo shops, which I think is probably not a great matchup for us, but we'll see. Though combo shops, they have a lot of Spyglass effects. Should be interesting. Nice. We win. Ravager is insane. Don't cut Ravager from the deck. All right. We probably want our own needles. And that's it. Maybe a Blightsteel. I don't like God Pharaoh or Trinisphere or Lodestone very much. Do that. Looks good to me. I don't know. I don't think about that very much, Mario. I like the multicolor card, but it's kind of hard to build around. I really like the general, Matt. I really like... I guess you can build around the Channeler as well if you want to play Breach. There's a bunch of cards like that. You can ask Matt. I don't think about him very much. This hand is fine. Uh-oh. Leyline of the Void. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This hand's not good against Leyline of the Void, so maybe I shouldn't have kept it. Yeah. I have a couple of different Boros True Name Nemesis builds, yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have kept this just on the back of how bad it was against Leyline. They're down to 3 cards, though. I guess they just named top here, and it's really good for them. I mean, we have a cantripping Ichor Wellspring, so maybe we can find some cards to cast. Yep, top is named. Yeah, the Bizarre decks are kind of insane for sure. It's like really problematic. That's a great draw though. Big fan. Would draw again. All right, sweet. Unfortunately, I can't use my like top forge combo, but let's see what my opponent does. If they just play a helm, it's probably not great for me, but that's not too bad. Mirror? No, you can't play mirror. What is this? Chalice on 1. Okay. Well, I'm gonna play a tomb and do I want to play a cart clan first so that I can do things? Unfortunately, sacking Ichor Wellspring doesn't draw me a card because of the double ley lines. So I could play 3 mana left over, sorry, 2 mana left over, Ironworks, sack top, 4 mana Forge. That's probably better than playing a blind Forge. I could be wrong on that though. Okay, so let's sack. I guess we can sack the Wellspring, seeing as we're literally never going to be able to get rid of 2 ley lines. I mean, we if we end up getting rid of 2 ley lines, it's because we like, killed their whole board. So I think it's fine to just sack this Wellspring. Oh right, it's fine. Yeah, this is actually better. I mean, I still think I'm supposed to play through that card, so I definitely just need to get creatures on the table. So I'm okay with that. All right, that's good. Yeah. Next turn, this works for me. Okay, I'm down. Basically, when there's ley lines in play, we need to find our scrap trawlers and our thought monitors and try to attack our opponent for lethal. We obviously just don't want to see a Thespian stage here. Though we can maybe be blocking Merit Lage with our Mole Drifters. So we have a game plan basically. And we still have a bunch of mana, so even though we lost a bunch of our artifact mana, it's not a huge deal. This is a free cantrip, so we're actually in a pretty good spot. This is why I'm very, very happy with one of the reasons I'm very happy with Thought Monitor is because it does help you play just like a fair game against this kind of leyline stuff. Obviously, Mystic Forge is like a broken magic card, but okay, I definitely want that card. Oh, I can't play. Oh no, I can draw it with a Wellspring. Perfect. Very nice. Yeah, don't know about that one. All right, so I don't get to draw any more cards now. There's a question of, do I want to sack a bunch of things to the scrap trawler to increase the clock? Wait, never mind. That doesn't work because this is modular is on dies. So no reason to do that. All right, we just got to attack. And then we probably still have lethal next turn anyways. Sacking Ichor Wellspring does not draw because of Leyline of the Void. Sacking Modular does not trigger Modular because of Leyline of the Void. Leyline of the Void is a really annoying card against our deck, for sure. So our opponent has a Helm. Fucking dumb fucking... So frustrating. Yep, you got us. So sad. All right. Not much we can do. All right, try again. I figured that was coming when my opponent did not wasteland my workshop. But like I said, we kind of had to try to find a needle off our digs. And we just did not. Oh yeah, that's true. We couldn't have even found a needle. We could have tinkered into a needle, but we couldn't have drawn tinker. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it was really tough for us to race that. Man, this hand's gonna get blown out by a ley line again, isn't it? Maybe this hand's not even good enough, even if they didn't have ley line. Only has one redraw. I don't know if this hand's actually any good. What we really needed to do was hit Thought Monitor into, like, Tinker Time Walk, something like that last game. They were definitely out, so we had, like, an infinite mana, but we just hit too many lands in a row. I feel like this hand's bad. I would keep this against normal decks, but I don't know if this hand can really beat combo shops. Maybe it's fine because of Saga. I think we actually just play Saga on turn 1 and just start making constructs. Let's try it. They don't even have a ley line. If they don't have a ley line, then I'm kind of into playing Cart Clan on turn 1 then. I can play like almost all of my cards. Also helps play around Wasteland. Yeah, I'm in on that life. I think that's better. Then there's a question of, is there any reason to sack this star now? Which I do think it's actually fine to do so. Like Ravagers and things. Alright, missed. Alright, well, I mean, we don't have anything going for us at the moment. So if our opponent just combo kills us, we do die. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. We took our hand, didn't work out. Maybe it did work out. We need a Thought Monitor is what we really need. They have their own workshop. You have a, what do you got? What do you got for us here? Combo shops. Mirage Mirror. Okay, so they could copy one of our things. Not right now. Time Walk is an interesting draw, though. It's going to be really helpful with our Saga. I mean, I think main decking Leyline right now is pretty good, though, Slasher, so... I wish I could draw cards that mattered. Oh, well. I mean, not much I can do, right? If I had played Saga earlier, then that would have been fine, but I didn't, so... I don't really think that I made a misplay. I think it's just how it works out. I don't want to yield into next end step in case they play Wasteland. So I can get a needle, but I could also get a top. I mean, I'm probably gonna lose if they have like Moxen plus Dark Depths, but it's pretty hard for them. They would have to have drawn Moxen, right? So. Yo. The man with the plan. How you doing, Boston? 4 mana. Survey says I don't think these constructs are going to be fast enough, unfortunately. They're going to be large, but will they be large enough? I don't give a shit about that card. You got it. They can copy a construct as well, but our construct should most assuredly be bigger. And I don't have to do this till the main phase. So do we get a needle or do we get a top? It kind of seems dumb to get a needle, seeing as they have both a stage and a mirage mirror. Do this now before I forget. I feel like a top is so much better. Or did I cut top? No, I didn't cut top. Like, if I do needle Mirage Mirror, which is the one I would needle, they are pretty far from 2020ing because they would have to find another mana source. Whereas I get to look at 3 cards deeper with a top here. And I have an active Ironworks, active blue mana. I feel like it's greedy to get a top, but at the same time, I don't think the needle is good enough, so I'm just gonna get a top. Let's see what's here. Yeah, we found a thought monitor. That's exactly what I want to see. All right. I think I'm okay with redrawing top as well. So draw, replay. Oh fuck, there's a goddamn Trinisphere in play. Oh, Justin. I wish I hadn't used this opal. It's pretty dumb of me. So I can go where I can still replay this thought monitor this turn. Play this. This. Draw 2. Oh, yeah, I should have sacked opal for mana. Kind of just playing badly at this point. Yes, I'm aware. It actually is completely irrelevant unless I sack multiple things, but yes, you are totally right. I don't actually want to sack that. Yeah, I fucked up. What can I say? The 2 mana is like really doesn't matter because of the Trinisphere, but maybe I could have gotten 1 more damage in here. We might be able to win because this thought monitor blocks a flyer. So that's kind of cool. So here's the Dark Depths. So they had it, and they're making a 2020, but we should still beat a 2020. Every time I sack something, chat, my constructs get smaller. So you don't exactly want to do that. All right, I think we beat this 2020 pretty easily. See what we can do here. I wonder if we want to actually sack this Wellspring, though. Probably. I don't know. Maybe we should play a top and spin. It's pretty hard for us to get to a 13 damage this turn. But they can't never attack us, right? So probably fine. I think we want to spin. How much mana do I have? 3, 5, 7, 9, 10. They have another depths? No, because they can't make it right away. They can't kill our blocker. Their deck doesn't play things that can kill our blocker. I think I'm supposed to look with this. another thought monitor and a trawler. So a trawler is fantastic. The biggest problem is, and there aren't really many big problems. I guess this Trinisphere is just really annoying, huh? Maybe I should have done that in the other order. Well. It actually did not, because we're not attacking right now. It cost us exactly 1 damage. Did it even cost us a damage? Because we weren't playing anything with that one thing. Whatever. I mean, it's just whatever, chat. 4. Because, like, I'm not attacking here. I'm just going to get my constructs up to 13. Not even 13. They just need to be... They just need to be 11. So the 1 damage might... No, I'm just winning next turn. Whatever. I'm just going to stop reading chat. Killing me today. Yo, Tatsunoko. Fuck, why can't I? Tatsunoko. StarCraft 2. Appreciate the support. It might not even be StarCraft 2, but... Uh-oh. Are we getting tabernacled? Not tabernacle. There's no Sajiri step in their deck. So Thought Monitor is very, very good. All right, so I have 3 Ancient Tombs. I can go to 4. I'm going to lose this game, I think. That's so insane how good that is here. Wow. And a Wasteland. All right, man. Losing this game is going to tilt me to fucking oblivion. Tabernacle should not be remotely good against our deck, but it's going to kill us here, I think. Fucking hell. This is super tilting. This Trinisphere and the Tabernacle, both cards are not very good against me, are probably what's going to stop me from winning this game. All right, let's see if we can figure it out. So I think these all need to stay in play. So the only choice I have is to just pay the 4 life and an Opal mana. They literally have 2 blockers, chat. All right, this is enough of this person. All right. I don't understand. It's I don't know. It's okay. We'll work through it. Okay. So they block. They can only, yeah, it doesn't work. So next turn I can pay. So they have to pay using this jet. I think what I need to do is trade this Wellspring out for a Moxen. I also get a Moxen from my yard because of Trawler. I need to get a bunch of Moxen in play so I can continue having all of these things. I think it's better than getting a star. I don't really need a star right now. What I just need is mana. Maybe I should turn a KCI into a Pearl as well. So the problem is they just block one with the Merit Lage. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. I'm too busy tilting. I guess we'll get back a Wellspring here. Do I really want them to lose Golos here, though? I'd rather than pay a mana, right? I can pay for most of my things now. So if I attack, what do you want me to attack with? One thought or no thought? What do you want me to attack with? Just constructs here? Attack, this dies, and then on the next turn, I kill them in the air. So I guess, yeah, maybe this one, maybe the one damage is gonna come down to. Yeah, I guess maybe this is fine. Yes, I'm aware I made a small play mistake. We don't have to keep bringing it up. Thank you. Jesus Christ. I can still play Trawler. I can still do that. That's something I can still do. So you want me to attack with okay, so I can attack here, and I can attack with Construct, Thought Monitor, Trawler. They block both constructs and take 5 damage, and then I play a Trawler instead of a KCI or something. Yeah, I think we're fine. And then I turn something. Do I even want to play another Trawler? I guess that will, yeah, because that will be lethal. Okay, so I want to play off of. I can just play it off this KCI. That way I still have 4 non-damaging lands. I can sack Moxen. I can just sack Moxen to pay. I guess that's true as well. Yeah. There's like a lot of things I can do here. Let's just keep the KCI in play. Yeah, this is like way better. We're fine. I just like, sorry chat, I was just tilting off about the one little play mistake, and we'll try to pull it back in here. But I don't think our opponent has the ability to kill one of our flyers, so we should just be able to attack and win on the next turn. The reason I was like trying to play Moxen was to pay for Tabernacle without using Ancient Tomb, and also because I wanted to keep as many things in play for my construct as possible, but now that we've already hit for once, we should be fine. Yeah, we're fine. All right. They did pay for their indestructible creature. Yeah, that happened too. Okay. All right. I'm sorry about that, chat. All right, I'm gonna get a beer and we'll regroup here. Yeah, so if we go back, let's just go back real quick because we obviously want to be able to play better on the next time we do this. So let's do better here. Tabernacle not sacking is weird. All right, so let's go back and look at this again. No Tajiri step in their deck. Let's go back and look at this again. Okay, so I'm here, and they're at 13. Well, it's just like I missed one sack off my Mox Opal, which caused me not to be able to have lethal or something like that. And it's just like, yes, you're allowed to, like, you can always point that out. That's fine. But like continuing to point it out 3 more times after I made the mistake is just like not helping anyone is kind of the problem. So like we all know that I'm, a pretty medium pilot and I'm going to make play mistakes, but there's like no real point in just harping on it over and over again. So, all right, let's move on from that. Let's watch the play mistake and figure out how we can do it better for the next time. All right, so did I already miss it? I must have already missed it. Let's go back. All right, so I still like my choice of getting top over needle. That looked pretty good, though. I definitely forgot that the Trinisphere was in play, which might have changed my initial thinking. Because the Trinisphere did make things like infinitely more complicated. Because I think we just run away with this game if the Trinisphere is not in play. But because the Trinisphere was in play, it actually was kind of weird. No, I like Kel. You don't ban Kel. It's good to have someone who likes attacking. All right, so here we lose out on 2 mana because I played this Opal without sacking my Opal. I think I wasn't even thinking about it because of this Trinity. Oh, no, I mean, I tried to cast it, so. Let's think about it here. So I lose 2 mana. What can I do with that 2 mana is the question, right? Yeah, so we miss out on 2 mana here, and then we play Thought Monitor. So let's just see where we end this turn with and what we could have done with 2 more mana. We can play like one more thing, right? So right now we would have 3 mana, and we could just snap off the Wellspring, and we would get 1 more damage in. So our opponent would be at 1 less, and we would have 1 more thing in play on the next turn. That's just the way. So it's just like 1 less damage. Attacking after the Thought Monitor would be a queen. Okay, let's go look. So they should be at 12, and we should have 1 more thing in play. Oh yeah, we should definitely just have attacked on this turn when we had a second blocker. Yeah. That's totally true. That was really that one is way more egregious to me than anything to do with a Mox Opal. No attack here is just very, very bad. Very, very bad. That's a huge misplay. Thank you. Actually, thank you for bringing that up, Joe. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is bad. This should definitely be an attack because we drew. Even if we didn't draw a second Thought Monitor, it's probably still just an attack with 2 constructs. Well, this is not lethal because I missed the damage from before. Well, no, it's still not lethal, right? Because it would have been. Yeah. So this would have been lethal. This attack would have been lethal if I had not missed the Mox Opal. Because we would have 1 extra thing in play. We would have like a Pearl or a Top in play because we would have played a Wellspring without having to sack our other Moxen. So this would have been lethal if we had sacked the Moxen correctly. But even though it wasn't lethal, this is still a place where we're supposed to attack because we have multiple creatures on the board for the next attack on the next turn. So this just the no attack here is just really, really, really bad. Because we know opponent can't kill the second Thought Monitor. We attack with both of these. They don't have to, like, they could block the Thought Monitor, but then no, they can't block the Thought Monitor because they would die. So they have to block a construct. They go to 2 or whatever. If they play a creature, we still have 1, 2, 3 creatures. So even then, we're still attacking for lethal. So yeah, just really bad no attack. All right, this is good. Okay, so the Mox Opal. Obviously, we want to sack our Mox Opal before playing a second Mox Opal. That's just normal KCI things. But this no attack here is really bad. Good to know. All right, brand new round. Fresh face. Round 5 of the Vintage Challenge. Currently 3-1. Unfortunately, we ran up against the Winged Huzaar. Master of the Bazaar. Hopefully, we can avoid being griefed too hard and pull through. Let's see what we can do here. This hand is... This hand is interesting. This hand does make a fairly large Scrap Trawler. I would assume that Winged Huzaar is on Huzaar, but he could definitely be on Combo Oath. That's another deck he likes to play for sure. This is not a bad hand, but it's just like kind of an underwhelming Vintage hand when you're like Oh, I sack my Ruby and my Vault to my Ravager, bring back my Ruby. You know, I have like a 5/5 and a 3/2. And I get those both on turn 1, so it might be worth it. Like, I can have a pretty large board on turn 1 by just going Workshop, Trawler, Ruby, Vault, Ravager, 2, 3, 4 if I wanted to, maybe even 5 on the next turn, attacking for 8. But I just don't know if that's actually going to be good enough. It's probably not going to be good enough against Bazaar deck, and it's probably not going to be good enough against Combo Oath either. So I think I'm just going to put this hand back. It's a little upsetting to put this hand back, but I think it just doesn't do enough. Whereas this hand just plays turn 1 Tinker and we pray. I'm about that. Unfortunately, the Tinker in this deck is a lot less powerful than in other decks. But yeah, I'm gonna just put try to put a stone statue into play on turn 1 here. And I think what I'm gonna do is just put away the Ravager and look to try to play like a Divination or like a Muldrifter afterwards. I guess I can actually tinker off this star, which is kind of sick. Okay, so they are definitely on Hogak, which means we're very... we're just going to get Mindbreak trapped, unfortunately. Or Force of Vigored. I don't know. Unfortunately, this seems really like it lines up very poorly. I don't think it really changes what we want to do, though. Yeah, so unfortunately this runs into Force of Negation, Force of Will, Mindbreak Trap, and Force of Vigor, and our opponent's likely to have one of those. But like I said, I don't really think we can do anything about it. Like, I don't think I'm supposed to pass the turn here. I guess I could just play the Thought Monitor. The problem with like playing the Thought Monitor is my opponent gets a turn to activate their Huzaar and find whatever they were missing before. The Muldrifter here is not bad, though. It's not bad. No, I can play it for a Muldrifter. Yeah, I can also get griefed. It's true. All right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tinker off the star and just we'll see what happens. Could also draw a land off this. Not that there are any lands that... Jeez, okay, all right. This resolves? Okay, I'm definitely just getting a God Pharaoh statue then. I think that's better than a Trinisphere. Let's think. If they activate Bazaar, their Hollow One costs -1, and then it will cost 1. I think the statue is the best thing I can put into play here. I can't believe that didn't get countered. All right, let's see what happens. This could be a pretty interesting game. If we hit a Workshop, we can spine their Bazaar as well. We also have Muldrifter as a backup. We're looking pretty good in this game. I'm very, very surprised that God Pharaoh statue resolves, but sometimes like these Bazaar decks don't really get to keep hands that they really want. They have to keep a hand with Bazaar. So it can definitely happen that way. All right, so here's a Bazaar. They can't really cast spells, so we're in good shape until they... I'm sure he plays Wastelands and things like that, so next turn maybe you could play a Hollow One. It's possible that they were holding Vigor. It's possible. Okay, so they have a Master of Death and a Squee and a Grave Troll, which means that and they just tried to play a Hollow One. So it means they're going to be drawing extra cards, 2 cards every turn, with their Squee and Master. They can also dredge into things. I don't know what you would dredge into. Maybe if they play Dakmore Salvage or something. And then they couldn't play their Hollow One, but if they have a Wasteland next turn, they can play their Hollow One. We actually just missed on the Spine, but we still have Mole Drifter, so we got that. And then, yeah, this looks good. This looks real good. I think I'm just gonna pay the 2 life and play a Brawler. I don't think we need to use our Vault for any reason. And now next turn we can Spine something. Which puts us in a pretty good spot. So I assume they're gonna bring both of these back. And the way they have a full grip trying to find a Wasteland. Oh, they just activated an Upkeep. Why'd they activate an Upkeep? That was weird. They pitched a Hollow One. Oh no, they dredged. Sorry. They dredged with the Golgari Grave Troll. Why? Why did you dredge with the Golgari Grave Troll? What are they trying to hit when you're dredging with the Golgari Grave Troll? I'm not sure what's in their newest list. What would you hit? An Archamoeba, maybe? I don't know. They're clearly dredging, though. So there's a Strip Mine. Noxious Revivals. Currently, they just can't cast anything. So if they have a Wasteland here, they can play a Hollow One. But it's not very good against our board, and we do have the Spine backup plan. I'm not sure what the reasoning is behind dredging unless they have a Dakmore Salvage in their deck. That's the only thing I can think about. Double Gassed and 8 cards for Gaak. Okay, sure, yeah. If they're playing Gassed, and they look like they are playing Gassed. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that would make perfect sense, yeah. Log T1, noted bizarre expert. Yes, so they're looking for gas. So there are probably 3 gas left in the deck. And if they can get both the gas into the yard, bring them back, and play a Hogak, that would be pretty reasonable. That's a pretty reasonable line. Unfortunately, next turn, we're just going to Spine their Bazaar. And that should be good for us. If we hit like a KCI, we probably just do, I don't know, something. It's probably good for us. This was a really sick start. I guess a classic Tinker start. Even if you're not getting Blightsteel or Citadel, sometimes the statue can be good enough. Okay, so they did have Wasteland Hollow One. We lost another flip. We gotta kind of be at least cognizant of that happening. We actually are gonna start taking a bunch of damage. Huh. I think I'm just supposed to Spine the Hollow One. And then I guess I'll untap my Vault on the next turn. I still have to take 2 damage no matter what. So I go to 10. Huh. I think it's better for me to just attack them with 5 power than to kill the Bazaar. But they draw so many cards. Kind of an interesting point here, because we actually are taking a lot of damage because of our mana crypt. We've lost both flips, I assume. Maybe we've only lost 1 flip. They can pitch Grave Troll. I don't know. I'm not sure what the answer to this question is. Spinar Crypt. I don't think so. I think I just have to kill this hollow one and race. Spine Thopter, bring back Star. I don't think that's a great line. I think I'm just gonna kill this. I think there's a non-zero chance we lose this game. I mean, obviously, Ironworks would be fantastic. We're 2 attacks from winning. My opponent has... They might not be able to return this Master of Death too many more times either. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, this looks kind of bad. I'm like very not convinced that spining the hollow one was correct. You know what would be very good here? A Ravager. A Ravager would be very good here, as is always. All right, so they did bring back their master again. They're at 10. And they are upkeeping a Bazaar so that they can pitch their Grave Troll. Wow, there's a lot of Hogaks in this deck. All right, missed on more. I think we're just been very lucky they haven't found any Bloodghasts. Did they find a third or fourth hollow one? Is the next question. Third or fourth hollow one is problematic because I won't be able to attack with Trawler anymore. Yeah, Ravager and Ironworks are our best draws, I would say. Obviously, another Thought Monitor is a fantastic draw. A Karn is a fantastic draw. There's a bunch of good draws. All right, so they found a Petrified Field. They can actually cast Vigor now. We might just lose the Vigor, actually. Fuck. Maybe I was supposed to hit the Wasteland? I don't think so. This looks really bad, though. Maybe I was supposed to get Trinisphere? I don't know. The statue has been helping me clock as well. I lost my third flip. A Saga. Interesting. All right. I mean, they do have to produce creatures, but if they just Vigor my statue... I guess there's 2 Vigors in the yard, but they probably still have another Vigor. And then... I don't know. This doesn't look good to me. This looks very bad to me. That's the power of this deck, though. Maybe I was just supposed to hit... I don't know. Saga might help. Saga could help. Make some constructs. I guess it's not going to help because they would just wasteland it before it makes constructs. Yep. All right. You have a Force of Vigor? They should probably done it before my statue ticked them for damage if they had it, but they might still have it. I just forgot about it. So if they kill statue and I guess Trawler, we would at least get back. You don't want to do that, right? Because then you get the Trawler back. So you kind of have to kill like statue Thought Monitor. Okay, they didn't have it. That's really good for us. All right, this is a very interesting game for a game where we cast turn 1 Tinker. Which scares me if this game is that close after casting turn 1 Tinker. All right, so here's another Golgari. The Bloodghast will have haste. For whatever that's worth. And they can always Petrified Field to make sure they get their Blood Gas. All right, they hit their double Blood Gasts. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. So are they going to play a Hogak? At least we have a Construct. That might save us. No, that wouldn't save us because they would just Wasteland the Saga. I think we're going to lose then, right? So they're gonna Petrified Field back a Strip Mine or a Bazaar. Probably, I don't know which one. They're gonna Petrified Field back a land, bring back 2 gas, cast a Hogak. As long as they Wasteland my Saga before I make a Construct, I can't really block this Hogak. I can hit them for 2 in the air, but the God Pharaoh statue will only put them to 1. Jeez. They could also attack me and put me on a flip win. That's true. I think that's worse. I think that's a lot worse. It's probably worse. If they kill us with a flip win, it means we lost every single flip today in this game. We lost 4 flips if we lose to flip win. That would be pretty sad. That would be on brand though. So it would be funny. I think that they don't have a Creeping Chill. They don't have a Creeping Chill in their deck. We should probably take a picture of their deck though. I don't know. I think that their best play is bring back both Ghasts, get a Hogak, Wasteland my Saga, and then I can only hit them for 3 damage, and then they kill me on the swing back. Like, I'm very dead on the swing back. So I would have to top deck something. Whereas if they were to go get a land, play Bloodghast, attack me, then I would have to lose the flip or they would lose. I guess that's not exactly true because they... Oh, no, yeah, that is true because we have Scrap Trawler. What a close game. Oh, boy. I can't believe that tinkering for a statue is not going to be good enough. Might not be good enough. It's very close. I think we're currently not favored to win. But we do have a top deck, and we haven't top decked anything like crazy good in the last 3 turns or so, right? I mean, Saga was a decent draw, but it's not like very good against Wasteland, unfortunately. Like, our best draws have always been Arcbound Ravager, Cart Clan Ironworks, and Thought Monitors. Nah, when I do that, I draw mana. That's not how we do things here. I think we're in like it's weird. It's a weird spot because our top decks. There are a lot of lethal top decks. To be fair, so there is. Oh, they just have a land, and now they have 1,000,000 mana. This looks bad. Okay, so they are going for the Gaak line. They are going for the Gaak line. They can also just like cast Vigors and stuff. This is super sad. We got wrecked by this Bazaar of Baghdad, drawing 3 cards a turn. Kind of wild. Welcome to the mountaintop. Wait until the fight calls. I hope you're ready to be swinging till the night falls. Alright, yep, there goes our Saga. The squeeze is to make your Bazaar of Baghdad card advantage. That's what they've been doing this whole game. Instead of the Bazaar being card disadvantage, they just made it card advantage. Every turn, draw 2 cards for free. Alright, so we have to top deck to win this game. And actually, they might just have Force of Will and counter it. So I guess Force of Will wouldn't work. They could have Force of Negation if we drew like an Ironworks. I did lose my fucking Mana Crypt flip, so we would have lost on that one. All right, I need a sack outlet or something. That is an interesting one, but I have a feeling it's going to get negated. Actually, oh no, all their negates are in the yard. So maybe we have a shot here. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of mana to work with, but see what we can do. This can't be Force of Willed, because if it gets Force of Willed, we attack with Thought Monitor and end step Pharaoh Statue. Okay. A 3-ball is pretty bad. I think it's still better to cast the... No, probably not. The problem is, if I use my Forge, then I can blank. But it turns off Cart Clan as a top deck. We need to find a Ravager. Just a Ravager is all we need. I think I have to forge this away. Land just kills us. Well, that's not exactly true, right? Because we could attack with our Scrap Trawler and bring back a star. I don't know, and find a Time Walk, maybe? All right, I'm going to forge this, I think. Wellspring. Star. Thought Monitor. Okay, I think I'm supposed to cast Thought Monitor. Can I make enough mana to cast a Cart Clan Ironworks? I need to draw a mana source that doesn't damage me. Fucking beautiful. All right, and this should be winning then. I can still be Mind Break trapped, right? But they probably don't have it. All right, that's game. Oh, we did it. Let's go! Yes! Yes! Yeah, there's like a lot of different things you can do that take game actions and win. Wow, that game was very, very close. All right, so we're definitely bringing in these and this. And then we're going to cut... The fuck are we cutting? We got to figure out what to cut. We got to cut this. We're going to cut this. What else are we cutting? We're going to cut Island. We're going to cut... Oh boy, I don't know what we're cutting. What shall we cut? I like all my cards. I have to find 5 cards to cut here. I guess we trim. Trim time. How good is 3-ball? I think fairly good. Maybe on the draw we could lose the 3-ball. I guess we don't need a statue because we are tinkering for Blightsteel in this case, and we're bringing in defense grids. Like, defense grids are just better versions. Not exactly better versions of these, but maybe like this. I feel like my opponent's going to have traps too, which is going to be annoying. I don't know if this is actually what I want to do, though. It's definitely a thought. I definitely want to have access to Spine. I definitely want to have access to, like, Lodestone. I guess, like, theoretically could cut, like, a star. I don't want to get too low on combo pieces, but maybe, like, one Thought Monitor is actually not great because they could be Force of Vigoring us and keeping us away from mana. That might be better to cut that. This is kind of interesting. Maybe this. Maybe like this. I mean, I definitely like all the cards we're bringing in. All right, let's try this, I think. This looks fine. Let's do that. I'm very happy with the cards we're bringing in, but we definitely... Yeah, that's a great hand. Sure. Not a great hand, because it actually doesn't have a hate piece, but a defense grid is like a hate piece. I think I'm not allowed to mulligan this. I think this hand looks fine. They kept a 7 carder again. Actually, no, I think they powdered last game. They powdered. I think they kept a 6 card off of powder. Yeah, they definitely didn't keep 7 last game. All right, so your Squee, Bloodghast, Rootwalla, Hollow One. Well, double. Okay, well, never mind. Maybe this wasn't ever going to be good enough. Never mind. Fantastic. I don't think this Spine is going to be good enough today. Or in this game, anyways. All right, so we blocked the Rootwalla successfully here. And we've stopped them from casting spells on our turn. But they are Faithless Looting every turn with their Squee. I think we have chances here. 2 Squees, all right, so now they're better than Faithless. Oh, now we can't block the Rootwalla. Never mind. And now they can actually cast spells during our turn. Never mind. It's all gone to shit. Yeah, this is a fairly strong draw from our opponent, for sure. We kind of needed that Tinker. Defense Grid Tinker on turn 1 would have been pretty good. They can actually just cast Vigor right now if they wanted to. I mean, we were looking okay, but then our opponent just, dropped the nuts on us. Not the nuts, because we don't know if they have a Force of Will or a Force of Vigor in their hand, but if they do, then it's pretty tough for us. There were definitely combinations of hands that won this game. Like Defense Grid into Tinker, I think, but... Yeah, no, this is a Gaia's Cradle. So they have 4 green mana right now. So they can either Vigor me, or they can hold up a Force on my turn, or they can just pump this Rootwalla. All of those are valid options. Even if I cast Spine next turn, which I don't have the mana to do, what would I hit? what would I even hit? All right, so it looks like they're going to cast something instead, or at least hold up a counterspell maybe. Was trading with the Rootwalla worth it? I don't think so, because I think the way we win this game is to combo kill our opponent. And Trap Trawler is the way to do that. Looks like they're just going to cast Vigor anyways. So what's this going to hit? Trawler Grid? Or maybe... Yeah, I guess it would hit Trawler Grid. And then we just get the grid back. Needle. A little late for that. And by a little late, I mean there was never a point in this game where we could have needled and it had to been good. So if we play Grid, Trawler, and we Needle Bazaar, we block here and we take 7-9. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, all you. Yeah, it's kind of hard to ever beat this hand. But it's okay. Game 3 will be on the play. Everything will be fine, probably. I'm surprised that Ryan has any losses in this tournament. Discover N 5-0. New cards won't stop Discover N on Doomsday. Tell you that much. Yep. 4, 6, 9. Okay. I guess I could technically block the Root Walla. 4, 8, 10 go to 1. Doomsday doesn't need anything. Don't give Doomsday any cards. KCI is a fun deck to play, too. I like this deck a lot. I'm happy. It's been a fun day. They just didn't pump. That can't be good for us. All right, it doesn't matter. We just drew nothing anyways. All right. All right, so what do we do? What do we do? I mean, I think the way we board it is fine. I'll run it back. I don't know. It's like an Avatar t-shirt. Little Zuko. Green Evoke. I mean, it's certainly a card that you can have. I don't know if, like, it's really where you want to be, typically. Yeah, I'm aware of where it's good, but it, like, I don't know. It requires, like, it's just another card for Doomsday to play around, and it's not like a card that's actually beating Doomsday. It might beat, like, bad Doomsday players, but it's not like a card that's going to beat Discover N, you know? That's kind of how I look at it. If the card doesn't beat Discover N, then it's, like, probably not actually good against Doomsday, and it's just good against bad Doomsday pilots. All right, so we got to hope our opponent doesn't keep a 7-card hand again, because that was very sad and very scary. But if our opponent can, you know, mulligan a little bit, maybe we find a powerful draw with, like, a defense grid and I don't know, something, a needle. Maybe there's some play here. Unfortunately, we didn't get to play, like, too many cards through that game, so we didn't get to see if our opponent brought in, like, Mind Break Trap or stuff like that. I can tell you that my opponent's deck is something that will beat any deck I ever register, typically, so I'm almost always unfavored versus it. You kind of have to be playing a Strip Mine style deck to be favored, I think, versus this monstrosity. This hand doesn't do anything. That's really unfortunate. Kind of needed this tomb to be like a star or something. Yeah, I think I kept the mulligan in this hand because it just doesn't do anything. I guess this is slightly better, yes. Okay. My opponent mulliganed. I'll keep. I'm gonna put back... I think I'm allowed to put back Crypt here? Mana Crypt, that is. I don't think I need the 2 mana, and I think I would rather have 2 Trawlers and a Star. Then I can rebuy Tormod's Crypt. They mulled to 5. So we got a couple mulligans now, so we don't really have any much... We can't really ask for anything more than a couple mulligans. Oh, no. A 5-card hand with a Leyline of the Void. Okay. Alright, well, time to play some 3/2s. Definitely... don't think I'm gonna play Tormod's Crypt out. Kind of want them to like put some squeeze in their yard or something like that. Are we tanking over forcing our Scrap Trawler? That'd be interesting. So what we really don't want to see is Hollow One here. That would be the worst. We don't want to see any Hollow Ones. It's going to be really detrimental to our attacking plan. All right, so if our Tormod's Crypt resolves and we can get 2 squeeze from their graveyard, I think we'll be okay. But if our Tormod's Crypt doesn't resolve, we probably lose. Yeah, it's just, do they have a force or not? I'm going to lead with this Trawler and see if I can get a Force of Will out of their hand. All right, Tormod's Crypt, does it resolve? Because they have a Master of Death and a Squee, which means they're going to draw 2 extra cards off of Huzaar every turn. Or they're going to draw... oh, they have a Force of Will. Fuck. Alright, well, that's really, really bad for me. I tried to bait the Force of Will with the Trawler. Not much I can do. They had another Master of Death. This deck is insane. So now they get to get 2 cards back into their hand for their Bazaar. It's just going to go downhill from here. Unfortunately. They pitched a Bloodghast, and now they have a Hollow One. Yeah, this deck is just so unbeatable. Holy moly. We did not draw well enough to beat this deck. It's very unfortunate. And I don't think I have the mana to even play this turn. Yeah, so we just lose. It's pretty sad. They mulliganed to 5, had Bizarre triple Squee Force. What am I going to do? Yeah, they made a Squee that pitches to Force and Grief. Why? I don't fucking know. Beyond me. Alright, so I just have to play this Star out, so next turn I can cast Thought Monitor, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I had a Graveyard Hate card, but it doesn't matter because my Graveyard Hate card went on the stack. And if my Graveyard Hate card goes on the stack, it's just never going to be good enough. This is like super tilting, I think. But like I said, if you don't play Strip Mine in your deck, it's basically impossible to like really play a fair game versus this kind of strategy. Oh well. It was a good run. I mean, they were always running 8 Squee because they were running the Horror before, Provokian Horror, but now they just got an upgraded one that pitches to everything. They kept the Master in their hand, which means they probably drew a Force of Will, so even if we drew another card, we would just get countered, which is like really fun. It's pretty good. All right, so that's actually an interesting draw. We are short on Spine still, but at least it helps us pay for this Thought Monitor. This doesn't crack for any draw cards, so it's just extra mana for our Thought Monitor. Let's see if our Thought Monitor resolves. I would think if they had a Force of Will, they would probably counter this Thought Monitor. If they have a negation, obviously they can't. So we move forward with some cards. Unfortunately, this is a 1/1 with no text because of Leyline. Man. I would never negate the Lotus there. No, that seems really bad. It can be a big dude. That's true. It could be a big dude. Just can't move to other things. I don't know if I really want to use this Lotus. I want to give myself the out to try and cast this Spine and have it get countered. So I think I would rather just play this. I mean, you don't really need to exile Lotus. It's kind of irrelevant. You just cast the thing that people use to count. If I'm gonna use this Lotus to cast a big spell, you just counter the big spell, right? To be fair, maybe like 7 attacks with a Thought Monitor is gonna be good enough. That could happen. Maybe I wanted to play Ravager there and get an attack in, and then just eat the one that didn't get in, so I get 3 damage in. That's definitely a choice we could have made, yeah. I think they have Force of Vigor, though. But maybe I'm supposed to play into it anyways. It's fine. I think they have Vigor. I think. But maybe it's just Noxious. I'm not sure. This deck is just, like, so good. So, a choice I could have made in this game is I could have played Tormod's Crypt on turn 1. And then maybe, theoretically, they don't actually have the Force of Will in their hand. But I think that's just not the way you're supposed to play it. I think that having them put all of their squeeze in the yard and being able to hit them is, like, much better. Also gives us the out of drawing Defense Grid, so that we could have cast Defense Grid and then cast Tormod's Crypt, and it would have been uncounterable. Maybe I'm, like, overrating how good this Spine on the stack is going to be. I really want to, like, the reason I didn't want to crack Lotus and put Ravager into play is because we're so close to casting Spine. But maybe, like, casting Spine is, like, just wishful thinking anyways, and is not actually useful. So... Alright, I think, well, this lets me just play a Ravager. Don't worry, I got the Hydrates. Alright, so... Yeah, I guess we're supposed to attack in and just get in for 5. I don't know. I think getting the damage in is worth... Maybe it's not. I think it's fine. That's not Red Bull. That's a vodka soda. Whoops. Posture check. Yeah, I am leaning forward for no reason. Not that exciting of a game. Looks like I think my opponent has Force of Vigor. Like, there's no reason for my opponent to be making these kind of pauses if they didn't have Vigor. Destroy Leyline or Bazaar? No, probably not. I think my opponent just has Vigor, and I, like, am just, yeah, just... They're not killing the Thought Monitor? Yeah, I guess so. Whatever. I mean, this is, like, how this game was slotted to go the minute that they countered my Tormod's Crypt. Like, they're just gonna play 2-for-1 free cards every turn because they're drawing 3 cards every turn. Like, killing a Leyline at this point in the game is not even gonna be good enough to win, so... I'm dead in 2 turns as well. Yeah. It's just a complete nightmare. There's just nothing I can really do after that first counterspell happened. Again, like, this is their mulligan. They mulligan to 5 and just had, like, this shit. I can't even do anything off this. Like, I can play this Spine, but it, like, what is that Spine doing for me? Am I spining a hollow one? Doesn't seem very good. I can spine this ley line, I guess, and start cracking some stars. Guess that's the line. It is definitely the best deck in Vintage if your opponents are not playing Strip Mines. I'm destroying the ley line chat. This is the stupidest shit. It's just so broken. Whatever, man. You got it. Congrats. This is the last one of the day with KCI. We got a sweet hand here, so let's battle. All right. We got a lot of options. Got a hell of a lot of options. Oh, fucking hell. I wonder if we'll get to cast a spell. Maybe we'll trick them. We'll play Workshop, Mana Crypt, Chromatic Star, and we'll act like we have no blue mana, and then we'll Ancestral kill them. There's no way that won't work. It could work. It could trick them. If we get a turn, that is. Oh god, they have Sapphire in their hand. Oh, we're just dead. Never mind. We're just dead on turn 1. There's no way. There's no Sapphire here. Which means they just have it in their hand, because there's no reason they would put it in their pile. I think we were just going to die on turn 1. No. Okay, interesting. I got scared there. Okay. I want them to counter something from us. So what do we do? Deploy KCI? Probably. So if we go Mana Crypt, Workshop, KCI. Okay, counter KCI, and we go Chromatic Star, Opal, go. I think it's better to play KCI than Forge, because if KCI resolves, then we can play Forge. Like, if KCI resolves, then we can just, like, sack Mana Crypt, sack Star, play Forge. I think this is the best way to play it. This could get dazed, too. I think if it gets dazed, it's really bad for us. But we probably weren't winning anyways if that was the case, so... Alright, that resolved. Alright, I'm gonna try to play this Forge out now. Start by sacking the Star. So here's a problem. If this Forge gets countered, I no longer have a blue mana to make my Ancestral Recall. So I might end up having to Ancestral Recall myself. Okay. Well, then let's just try to combo off then. That's really good for us. Unfortunately, I have to sack Wellspring to get to this. I mean, I could cast Ancestral Recall right now. I don't want to sack Wellspring before I cast this Trawler, though. Oh, I don't want to get dazed. I think I have to sack this Wellspring. Hopefully, get a Moxen. Ravager. Ravager is just free, so I think I'm just gonna play it and sack it and try to get towards a Moxen. Didn't get there. All right, I think I'm just gonna cast this well, I think I just want to cast this Ancestral. I'm not convinced I played this correctly. Maybe I'm supposed to just put this Forge away. Try to find a Moxen. 3-ball. 3-ball is interesting. Oh my god, I wish we had just like a couple more Moxen. So if they have no counter spells, 3-ball should be good enough. But I could just cast this Ancestral and try to hit more Moxen. Or more like Ichor Wellsprings. Oh, I could get Mental Misstepped. So the problem is, if I play this 3-ball, I lose my blue mana. Misstep is exiled? Maybe. I didn't really look, not gonna lie to you. It is exiled. Maybe, what's the likelihood? I only need to hit a Moxen or a star to get to 3-ball after casting Ancestral. All right, I'm gonna try casting Ancestral. I could always sack Forge and Ravager to play Trinisphere as well, right? Because I can just cast this and then make mana. All right, I missed. All right, well, I'm gonna sack this Ravager and get another Ravager, I guess, and keep going. I just need Moxen. Where are my Moxen? Okay. Moxen, yay. Now I got dazed? After all of that, then I got dazed? Okay. I think that's fine, because I still have 3 mana for Trinisphere. Can I get to combo now? It's possible, right? Yeah, I think we win now. I'm just gonna time walk and go to my next turn first. Yeah, I should draw this. I think it's just a lethal Ravager. Just need to sack this to this and bring back Ravager. I haven't even been looking at my other thing. Whoops. Holy shit, this deck's so sick! Let's go! Nice turn one Doomsday! Oh shit. If they had just dazed my my mana crypt, what would have happened? Wow, this deck is so sick. How do you not? This deck is just peak magic. We even have the sideboard archive traps. Who's ready, chat? Do we bring in D-Grid? They do have a lot of counter spells. I think we don't need Spine in this matchup. I think we can just trim Ravager in this matchup. Actually, we can trim Island. Archive Trap, Defense Grid, not a combo, but we're here for a good time, not a long time. That was fantastic. Very happy. Would play again. What is this? This is fine. This looks fine. This looks fine. Keep. I don't actually think I want to play this defense grid. Do I? That'll be an interesting question, won't it? Hope this doesn't get countered. Oh well. You know, chat. That's really bad. Not much I could really do about that, though. What the heck? Really? Wait, what? They didn't have it? They just played it? All right, I'm down. I thought for sure they had a consult kill. All right, unfortunately, I still do not have more mana. Whoops. I don't even know. Maybe? It doesn't say. It just, I guess they didn't put it on top because it didn't say anything. You got it. Ancestral Recall. Mystic Tutor. Yeah, what if we get, like, Opposition Agent? That'd be pretty bad. Dig Through Time. Street Wraith. Attack for 1. Alright, so I can tap this for mana, right, chat? We learned that? Because it's the main phase. It is the main phase. Wow, we have drawn abysmally. So we don't even have a Soul Ring to get. So I guess we have to get Mana Crypt. I guess we have to get Mana Crypt, right? That's our best one. I think it's better than Lotus. This way we can go Wellspring. I feel like they have a bunch of Steel Sabotages. All right, maybe I fucked up. I don't know. I just want to play spells. Why are we like this? All right, they have their win con online now, though. They didn't cast Dig Through Time that turn, so that's fun. Somehow I don't feel like my Archive Trap is going to resolve, chat. Somehow it doesn't feel like my Archive Trap is going to resolve. But I do have the F6 game on lock right here. So I'm going to be F6 until they cast Doomsday. And then we'll F3 and we'll try to get them. Don't tell anybody. It's the secret tech. One day we'll hit land drops. Gosh, you got it, homie. They have 7 cards in hand. We also have 7 cards in hand. It's a pretty close game. To be fair, if we get a little luck, we can probably play our whole hand out, right? We just need to draw that workshop, baby. That's like half a workshop. All right, what's the best way we do this? What is the best way to do this? I really don't want to play Defense Grid. Okay, I'll check it out later. Mox Opal. Ravager. Does that get us enough? That doesn't even get us to stupid freaking Thoughtcast monitor. Oh boy. I guess we're gonna play Ironworks instead then. Then we lose to Daze. I guess we're still just playing Ravager. Yeah, this thing costs 4. All right, well, I got nothing. All you, opponent. All right, here we go. It's time for some Doomsday things. I think, probably. I would assume. Why do we not want to play Grid here? Because my only way to stop them from murdering us is Archive Trap. If they counter, I guess we could play through it. You're right. But I don't know. Maybe it's fine. We technically could play through it if we had played Grid instead of Ravager. If that's what my chat is talking about? But I assume they more mean to play Grid afterwards, which I don't want to do. Also, if they had counter, yeah, it's fine. I don't think this is going to work, by the way. They have to not have Force of Will, which maybe they don't have Force of Will. I don't know. It's possible, I guess. So they have an Ancestral in their pile. I guess we'll count the Force of Wills. 1, 2, 3. There's only 1 Force of Will. Maybe it's in their pile. No, I didn't consider milling the card they tutored for. All right, well. Get them. That worked? Oh, they had Force of Will, but they tapped out. Oh, no, they F6'd. They F6'd. Oh, they F6 through their turn. I told you it was the stupid stop. That's so dumb. Oh my god, I feel bad. That's pretty funny, but also really sad. Oh boy. Jeez. So the problem with something chat said is like Archive Trap is not free unless they search their library, right? So I would have to like play Defense Grid on my last turn and then untap and hit a blue source. Like maybe I would hit a blue source, but yeah, I mean, that's a cheese. By all means, that is in fact a cheese. So I mean, we'll take it, I guess. Are they in top 8 contention? Not really. They're below I don't think I am. I mean, I guess I theoretically can jump here. I guess we'll stay online because I theoretically can jump, but it's like pretty much impossible. I would have to be very lucky. Which I don't even think it's possible to be that lucky, but we could try. We'll take it though. So let's just do a recap because that's probably the end. Overall, this deck very powerful. Urza Saga was fine. I don't think it was. It definitely won the game against combo shops, which was very, very good. We lost round 1 to Rug, which had like Collector, Oof, Ancient Grudge, Dak Fade, and Oko. It was like a very, very bad matchup. I don't think I played super well, but I don't think it was going to be like if I had played like optimally, we don't think we were going to win that matchup anyways. So I do think that matchup is playable because of Thought Monitor, and you can actually kind of grind with them. But they wastelanded my workshop, and then I didn't really have the mana to follow up. So. But overall, this deck looks strong. It's obviously it's an all-in combo deck. It doesn't deal with your opponents interacting with you very, very well. But Thought Monitor is a huge upgrade, and I actually think it's like enough to make this deck something you can consider. We can actually play through Leyline of the Void okay. I don't have any answers to Leyline of the Void besides Spine of Isha. I don't really think I want answers because I don't really want to be constricted on like having to play blue mana. That like the problem with blue mana is most of the time when you really need the blue mana, you need it through Collector Oof, and like it's just super hard to do so. So overall, I'm pretty happy, honestly. The Saga was fine. I don't know if the Saga would have been better as like seats and size, which is the other build that we have here. But maybe it would be. Overall, the sideboard looked okay. We had one good skyship. We didn't really have any dismount. I mean, there's only a couple oof decks in the format, and we didn't play against any bug. Defense grids looked fine. The suite is good, but it's just sometimes it's like not enough to actually beat shops. Like bringing in 6 cards that can be recurred and are good against shops is just sometimes not good enough because they play like 12 things on turn 1. Do I want 4 Thoughtcasts or no? I definitely don't want 4 Thoughtcasts. Force of Will, I don't really think you... I think you want to be as powerful as you possibly can when you're playing a deck like this. And so I think putting cards like Force of Will in your deck is just like taking away from your power and making your deck just weaker overall. And I pretty much don't want to play Thoughtcast because I don't want to play too many Flusterstorm spells. Like we can only get Flusterstorm on our 3 power cards. And I think that's a pretty big deal. I think Thought Monitor is just like so much better than Thoughtcast in this exact deck that I don't even think I want the extra Thoughtcast either. So top was good today and Lodestone was good today. So both of like the flex slots that we chose to play today were great, and the Urza Sagas were fairly good. So overall, I'm like pretty happy with this deck. We're definitely gonna play it again. It's the deck that makes me have the most fun in leagues, so it's definitely something that I'm interested in playing more of. Yeah, so if you're new to this stream, welcome. My name is Justin. I'm actually level 1. I stream vintage and mostly only vintage. If you are interested in that, make sure you follow the stream, subscribe on YouTube. Both of those are free actions that help you grow the channel. If you're interested in getting into vintage, there's a Discord link below. It's the main Discord for the vintage streaming community. So it's not just me, but it's mostly basically everyone who's online and playing vintage is there, and they're definitely willing to help you get into the format's super cheap, pretty easy to play on Magic Online. And yeah, I'll see everybody next time.